Hey, thanks for tuning in. We're up here at the beautiful Maple Lake Campground just outside of Payson, Utah to talk about the MotoMachines Scorpion exhaust. Cue the intro. So the MotoMachines Scorpion exhaust is handmade in the UK. The company makes a lot of different types of systems for a lot of different machines. They make full systems, so that's header, cat, and tailpipe for some bikes, and then they only do the headers for some other bikes or whatever. For my particular bike, the 2011 Kawasaki C14, the Concours, they do just the slip-on. The Scorpion exhaust comes in 3 different finishes. They make it in a stainless steel, a carbon fiber, and the titanium, which is what I've got on my bike. Let's take a look at their website real quick and see the price of the item and see some of the other stuff they offer. Okay, so here we are on MotoMachines website, and we're just going to come over to Shop by Bike and go to Kawasaki. And here you'll see they have a whole display of the different Kawasaki bikes or bikes made by Kawasaki that they offer products for. And we'll just scroll all the way down to the bottom here. You can just kind of take a look at these as we go through. And this is again just Kawasaki. Here at the bottom is the 1400 GTR, which is the Concours. So we'll click that. And here we have all of the different products that MotoMachines offers for the Kawasaki Concours. This particular generation of it anyway. Got a lot of different things here for it. We'll just skip really quick over to the Scorpion stuff because that's what we're mainly talking about. And here we see the Scorpion exhaust. So there it is. You'll see the price listed here is the $494.22. That's for that finish. We're bringing this down and select the titanium. Then we see the $590.90 as listed in my article. You can look at some of the other finishes real fast. So there's the carbon fiber. And there's the stainless steel. So pretty good, there we go. That's their website. Play around on there if you like. www.motomachines.com. So that's what they've got. Again, I've got the titanium finish on the exhaust that they sent me. Let's go ahead and take a look at some pictures of the stock exhaust and then compare that to the aftermarket exhaust. Show you what the Scorpion looks like installed. So the installation took about 30 minutes, plus about 10 minutes looking for tools, that sort of thing. So about 40 minutes. I filmed the whole thing. You can see some of the stuff. There's a couple funny parts in there. Let's run the tape, show you what the install looked like and how it went on. Okay, so the first thing we're doing is installing the bump stop for the center stand. Came on the new pipe. So you've got the rubber bumper, and then it's got a washer and a bolt and a nut. It's 10 millimeter. Okay, we're going to need a hex key for the back end. Get that good and tight. And there we go. Got the bump stop installed on the pipe. I reviewed the chapter in my owner's manual, or not my owner's manual, my shop manual about getting the exhaust out. So the very first thing we're going to do is disconnect the bracket underneath. I'll get my little point of view camera here and show it. Yeah, that bracket right there. We're going to take that off. Forever forgetting to put my gloves on. Forever. Okay. Got that bolt out and that bracket good and loose. Okay. And then there's another mounting bracket right here. See that on my other camera there. There should be enough clearance around the foot peg and the brake lever to get to. So let's check it out. Around that bolt right there. And that right there. There we go. Okay, we got the nut off the back end. There we go. Okay, now we just have to remove the rear hanger. And to do that, we have to take the side case off. Now here's something fun for later. Watch how easy these side cases come off. Boom. Okay. And then we're going to remove this hanger. Yeah, 14. Be real careful here not to scratch up our stock exhaust. As soon as it's good and loose, I like to pull my socket off of my ratchet so I'm not swinging that big heavy handle all around. And that. And here we go. Stock exhaust off. Stock exhaust off, piece of cake. So we're going to take our bracket. This bracket, I'm going to slip it over the end like this. And then just going to work it onto that pipe there. Let me just show you with the other camera how clean this lined up. So there's the connection there to the cat, the rest of the exhaust. There's our bolt hole right there. Lined up perfect, real clean. So I'm going to install this just finger tight before I tighten down the bracket, just to make sure we don't come out of alignment while we're doing our thing. Right here. There's our bolt. All the original bushings and washers and such. As a general rule, I don't like to torque down any connections on something multi-piece like this until I've got all the components where they go. Because you never know when you'll need just a little bit of wiggle room. And then the bracket too. Also just finger tight for now. Kind of see right here, tightening down this bracket. Yeah. Here's the can. Real pretty, right? There it is. I'll show it to the other camera too. Scorpion RedPower. That's a sticker. Interesting to see how that holds up. Right onto the end like that. And then you'll notice this doesn't line up. Here's the bracket. Okay. So it's pretty close, it's pretty tight, and we'll show you in a second. Alright, so put this camera down and get the other stuff on there. So it comes with a bolt, and then like a little wedge washer, I guess just because it's pretty. And then a nut on the other end. So let's go ahead and tighten some of this stuff down. Looks like everything's fitting together good. Pretty impressed, in fact, with how everything's fitting together. Good and hung. Grab our adjustable wrench, put it on the back side of that other bolt, and get that lower hanger tightened up. Going to tighten down the lower bracket now. We'll be all That's good. That's a 10. Spare wrench. I like to put all my tools away the moment I'm done working. Oh! One other thing I forgot is these spring hangers. Boy, that's tough to do. I'll just be real gentle. So there's the upper. Okay. And there we go. All put together there. See, a shot like that. Okay. It's fantastic. That came together real easy. There we are, installed. So I was real simple. It went on real easy. All the parts fit like they were supposed to. I had my doubts about the bracket when I first started getting it together, but I say bracket like 10 times in that video, so forgive me. But I did have my doubts when I first got the bracket going, and then everything lined up after I started torquing down some of those bolts, so that was real nice. It all came together real clean and smooth. One thing about the installation, if you just install the Scorpion on your exhaust and you're running to YouTube to see if you have a problem, that burn smell is normal. It was normal for me. About the first 50 miles after I installed the pipe, when I got off the bike, it would have kind of an electrical, burny kind of smell, as something smelled hot or not on fire, but it just a little bit of a solventy sort of chemical burn smell. I think what happened, I installed it over a weekend, and then I spent the entire next week riding my bike back and forth to work. So I was only riding it like 6 miles at a time, and so it didn't really get a chance to get up to operating temperature and stay there. I think if I had jumped on the bike and just knocked out 100 miles at once, I never even would have noticed it. But as it was, 6 miles and get off the bike and something on fire. So I go through and I look at everything and couldn't find anything having a problem, and looked all over. So it wasn't that. So it's just one of those factory solvents or something in the inside that has to take a seat. Whatever it is, it just takes it some time. So after about 50 miles that went away, but it took me almost a week to rack up 50 miles on the bike, just going back and forth to work like that. So that is normal, or at least it was normal for me, and now it doesn't do it. So whenever you're installing a slip-on, most of the time, maybe a lot of what people are looking for is just kind of a tougher exhaust note. If you were going for like a full-on performance exhaust, you'd replace the whole system. So for a slip-on, it's usually just that exhaust note you're looking for. So let's take a listen to the exhaust note, and then we'll talk about performance after. Okay, slow down. This part of the video is going to get loud, so I'm going to give you a second to adjust your volume. All right, you got it done? Okay. Hey, hope you're liking the video. Remember to click like, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell down in the corner so you'll know when new videos come out. And don't forget to check out the main site, www.totalmotorcycle.com. So as you can see, the exhaust note for the Scorpion exhaust isn't terribly aggressive. It's not obnoxious, it's not real poppy or throaty. It's just kind of a good clean sound. I like it. It's not the sort of thing that's going to irritate your neighbors in the morning or anything like that. So it's just kind of a slightly sportier sound. It's just got a little bit more of a rumble to it than the stock exhaust does, and that's cool. I like that it's not obnoxious. But now that we've talked about that, let's talk about the performance. This is what really surprised me about the Scorpion exhaust, okay? So I'm going to run some footage for you. And I don't have my notes with me, so I don't remember what the exact numbers are, but I remember what the end result was. So let's take a look at these couple of clips. I did a top gear acceleration test on the bike. maintained 50 miles an hour in top gear, and then pinned the accelerator and waited to see how long it took me to get up to 80. So let's take a look with the stock exhaust and then with the Scorpion exhaust, and then we'll talk about those results. So here we go.
Okay, so we're out here on the interstate north of Brigham City on Interstate 15. I want to clarify the speed limit on this road is 80 miles an hour, so we're not going to break any laws. We're going to do a top gear acceleration test from 50 to 80 in 6th gear or overdrive. So we're going to slow down to 50. There we go. We're going to maintain 50 for a second, and then I'm just going to pin it and see how long it takes us to get up to 80. So let me slow down again. There's 50. Okay, here we go. And there's 80. Here we are in overdrive. Get up to 50 and stick it there until the road straightens out. 50 miles an hour, 6th gear, overdrive. Here we go. Okay, we're going to slow down to 50. Top gear. Okay, there's 50. We're going to maintain 50 for a second. Here we go. Down to 50. Alright, there's 50. Even out. Hold it. And go. Tests. Get home and find those out and see what it was like.
So as you can see from that footage with the Scorpion exhaust on and no other modifications to the bike at all, that Scorpion exhaust returned a performance improvement almost 2 seconds faster from 50 to 80. So that's huge. There's really nothing bad I can say about the Scorpion exhaust. It did fantastic. And because of that, I have to give it 5 stars. It installed cleanly. It returned some performance numbers. It sounds nice. Hasn't given me any issues at all. And I love the look of it. So there you go. Thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. See you later. Hey, thanks for watching all the way to the end. Now tell me the truth. Do you wish this video had included some concrete numbers from a dyno, maybe some 0 to 100 runs? Hey, you know what? Us too. But shops don't fire up the dyno for free, and the only thing more expensive than renting a drag strip is the citation you'll get for freelancing and that sort of thing. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider signing up as a patron today. Subscriptions start at only $1 a month, and you can rest assured your donation will go towards improving and amplifying our future content for yourself and your fellow riders. www.patreon.com/Total Motorcycle. Thanks. Let's check out the outtakes. Give my socket back. So there's just flies up here. It'll be cool.